Generative AI, or large language models, are some of the most interesting technological developments in the recent times. Now, with the ChatGPT and thousands of new AI software coming up, we are again starting to talk about the possibility of artificial general intelligence. What that means for tourism and for tourism business is something that I'm going to discuss in this presentation. My name is Juho Pesonen. I'm the professor of tourism business at the University of Eastern Finland Business School and the president of the International Federation for Information Technology in Travel and Tourism. This presentation is divided into 4 sections. First, we're going to briefly discuss what is artificial general intelligence. Then we're going to look at the impact it might have on the customer experience in tourism in the future, and then what that means for tourism businesses and tourism destinations. And then in the end, we draw some conclusions based on this presentation. When we consider artificial general intelligence, it's something that we have been talking about for decades. If you look at the science fiction, there's so many different examples of artificial general intelligence, something that can be classified as such, from the Space Odyssey's HAL 9000 into Cortana from the Halo games and books. And this is something that I think is, at least for me, something that comes to my mind the first thing when I'm thinking about artificial general intelligence and what it does. It's this kind of like human-like AI that is capable of doing and thinking everything a human is capable of, and some extra on top of that. For example, Cortana here in the video games has access to all the knowledge humankind has ever produced, and it manages to use that in ways that are impossible for humans. So it's something that is human-like, but so much more in how it uses data, how it operates, and also what kind of benefit it brings to its collaborators and partners or users. So this is now something that is getting more and more attention, both in public discussion as well as in academia. With these new technologies like ChatGPT and large language models, it seems that this kind of artificial general intelligence starts to be closer and closer to the possibility of existing. There might be years and decades before we finally come up with something that can be classified as artificial general intelligence, but it feels like this is the direction where we are going. For example, OpenAI, the developer of ChatGPT, is talking about this possibility quite a lot. Well, let's imagine a future, a world where we have this kind of artificial general intelligence at our disposal. What are we going to do? How it will affect tourism experience? In this section, we are going to talk about this customer experience in tourism with the artificial general intelligence. Let's look at some of the things that might be affected with this kind of new technology available for us. First, of course, comes personalized travel planning. And this is already something that we are seeing with these plugins with ChatGPT that allows the program to do a travel itinerary for you. Instead of you going through hundreds of different websites that we typically do when we are booking and planning a trip, these automatic AI softwares go through the different kind of platforms, different kind of pages, different kind of applications, and create a travel itinerary for you. However, at this moment, they don't have access to your data, but I am sure that this will be changing in the near future. So soon, these platforms like ChatGPT will have access to your social media data and, let's say, emails and everything you do and everything you have ever liked, and manages to personalize your travel planning experience and the itineraries for you based on its knowledge about what it knows about you. And of course, if we go farther and further into the future, we see that devices that are connected to our physiology, like, let's say, smart rings that I have or smart watches that collect different kind of physiological data, like your heartbeat and other data, if the AI manages to access that data as well, it will be able to produce you experiences and plan you experiences that, you know, are exhilarating, are creating experiences for you in a way that is not possible at this moment. So the more data AI gets about you, the better it manages to create these kind of experiences that are suited just for you, and even just for certain kind of moods or certain kind of companies that you are traveling with. So there's different kind of cases where this can be utilized and can be interesting. The next thing I would like to raise here is the seamless booking experience. So that is very much connected to the personalized travel experience, but this is something already that is happening right now. So instead of you having to browse many different websites, these AI softwares can do it for you, and you don't need to compare and find different alternatives yourself, but these do it automatically, and it makes the booking experience seamless. You don't have to worry about if you have found the best solution. You can just trust the AI that it knows you so well that the things that you book are designed for you, and they are easy to book, and also they align with your calendar, with everything you have planned, and all the data you have given to the AI. You know, it has access to everything you have, so it manages to pick up the best dates and possibilities for you and book them for you from different platforms. So you don't have to, you know, input the credit card to different service providers. The AI does that for you. Of course, the customer experience in tourism destinations will also change, and this time this kind of real-time language translations will be applied, and this is something that is developing rapidly. The best kind of use case is still under research. We haven't figured out the perfect way to operate this, but the technology starts to be there already. And of course, this artificial general intelligence will be able to communicate with you or for you with different kind of cultures and settings, without any problems with the language. The experience itself will also be extensively personalized based on the data that these AI applications have about you. Once you reach your destination, it will be able to guide you and even change your travel plans and itineraries based on your mood and travel company and who are you with and all the data that it gets, even weather data and also what is happening in the destination. When there's new information, new data coming up, it can pick the most interesting things out of all the data that the destinations have to offer and pick those out just for you and for your experiences. This is also connected to the safety and security of tourism. So if something happens in the destination, you know, there's a traffic crash, or let's say trains are late, or there's a natural crisis or earthquake or something like that, this AI will be able to find the relevant information for you, provide you with activities to do and actions to do in order for you to tackle the issues and problems in your holidays and travel. So it will be able to add more relevant information for you that is designed just for you, also from the security and safety perspective. It will be also able to suggest, for example, how you can improve the sustainability of your travels and tourism. But this is still under development, how this will work. My take on this will be kind of similar like the Aura application that gives you the possibility that what do you want to improve about yourself. So you can choose in the Aura application that you want to improve your health or manage your stress levels. In the same way, these artificial general intelligence algorithms will be under your guidance. So you will be able to ask them, what do you want from the holiday, from the trip? If you want to travel sustainably, if you want to travel in an adventurous way, or however you want to AI to help you, it will be able to do this. And it's not just the physical experience at the destination and the booking process, but also the virtual experience will develop quite rapidly. fantastic example is the holodeck from Star Trek movies and series, which is something that might become reality, or at least that's a direction where we seem to be going with the virtual reality, with the virtual glasses, and also the generative ability of AI, which will be able to generate worlds in real time for you, just based on your preferences, pretty much like the holodeck does. Perhaps we are going to use and need virtual reality glasses, unless the brain interface manages to solve itself out. But that's definitely the direction where we are going, that these virtual worlds will become much more personalized, much more designed for you, and there's new options and possibilities opening up with the generative AI and its possibilities to create virtual worlds with relatively cheap and fast ways. So it's not just the physical tourism, but also the virtual tourism that will be affected by the artificial general intelligence. And of course, the post-trip experience, whatever you want to do, if you want to write the reviews about the places that you visited, or you want to collect your photos and videos and create collections about them and share them with your friends, the AI will be able to assist you to do that, even automatically, depending on your settings for it, etc. So the positive experience will also be drastically changed because of the AI applications. And the thing is that when the trip ends, the AI might have been able to collect more and more data about you through these devices that you have on you, about what you liked on that trip, and start planning your next trip immediately after you have come back home. Well, the customer experience is going to change quite a bit, but what does this mean for the tourism industry and tourism businesses? Let's take a look at some of the most important things. One thing that I would bring forth is the idea of AI to AI marketing. So now we are ourselves browsing the internet and looking what's good for us, and the websites and the social media, everything is designed from the user perspective, from the human perspective. But when AI starts doing all these searches, how the websites are structured, how everything is built for these AIs has to change. There's going to be probably different kind of AI platforms that discuss with each other about the supply and demand, or even, of course, there might just be one huge AI platform that has everything built into it, like the internet nowadays, but everything is just in one place. But still, this changes how we design the websites, how we provide information, how we publish information, what kind of channels and distribution channels we use when AIs are our customers and AIs are serving humans. The platform interoperability is one of the big things that I see artificial general intelligence changing. Like in smart tourism nowadays, we are finding out different ways. How do we bring these platforms together? We are developing application programming interfaces so that different platforms understand the data from other platforms. But now we are seeing that AI is capable of, in a way, using the internet like humans. So it doesn't matter how what kind of format your data and booking system and everything is. The AI manages to download that data and put them together into its own platform in any case. So we don't have to care about the application programming interfaces and different kind of creating meanings for data when AI is able to do that by itself, and use that data in ways that are now impossible. Personalized marketing comes, of course, in place in the future. I see that, and marketing especially is something that AI is already changing quite a bit. And this, how AI can use and generate content for each person individually, based on the data they have about that individual person, automatically is a brand new opening for the marketing field, that instead of producing this mass marketing, we are now finally able to do one-on-one marketing with these AI softwares that are able to generate content that each individual customer would enjoy. There's also the predictive analytics quite big field, that when we get all that data that we get already quite a lot of data, but how do we analyze and use that is still under discussion. But artificial general intelligence will probably change that, and will be able to pull together all the data that your company has and figure out what is meaning, what is important, and what kind of activities and actions your company has to take in order to benefit about the opportunities that we see in the data set. Customer service, of course, will be changed. For already, chatbots are a big part of customer service, and in the future it will be even larger. You don't know if you're talking with an AI or a human representative, and this means that AI with access to schedules and policies and even funds and everything else will be able to serve customers faster and also in more empathic way than human customer service representatives with limited resources. Business operations will surely change. For example, how we manage inventory, how we do pricing with our tourism product, how we manage seasonality with automatic data analysis. With AI, all of these become more and more easier and available for more and more businesses. But there are, of course, quite a lot of ethical considerations about the data use, how much data these AIs are able to access, what it does with the data, and also all these equality issues, who has access to AI software and how they are used, are a big part of developing AI. We have to consider, for example, the digital humanism stream, where humans have to be still at the center of AI development also into the future, and this is quite important for us to keep in mind. Now, coming to the conclusions, some outlook for the future. When we consider AI and all the discussions that we're having now about it, we see that we are starting to be at the top of the hype cycle. Everybody is talking about AI. AI startups are getting funded by hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. And we have seen this previously with many other technologies. For example, during just the past few years, we have been talking about NFTs and metaverse, and now we are talking about ChatGPT. And all of those are huge changes into the current discussion, but then the long-term impact is still something to be uncovered. This is also evident with the Google searches. For example, here we see that worldwide AI has never been talked about so much as it currently is. It's almost as popular as Bitcoin was in June 21, when the Bitcoin price was the highest. So everybody is talking about AI right now. If we look at NFTs and metaverse, they had these small bumps, but still then everybody stopped talking about this. Will we see this kind of crash with AI? Is there another AI winter coming when the technological development of AI stops? It remains to be seen, but from my perspective, I would say that the AI will continue to impact us and will continue to be a popular topic instead of crashing down. It is one of the few technologies that I have personally been interested in and excited about for a while. It is already having a significant impact on tourism, even though only a minority of companies and minority of tourists are using it. But that's typical, that innovations take time to be utilized in large-scale ways, and it will take also time from AI to do that. It needs the killer applications. ChatGPT is one of these, but it's only the beginning. And of course, it's great to remember that when we think about the future, and especially something remote like year 2100, we tend to underestimate the long-term impacts. The things that I have been discussing here are something that we are already seeing happening right in front of our eyes, and it might just be years or decades for these things to happen. What happens in 100 years is much more difficult to assess, but AI will surely play a major role in that future. Thank you for listening. Hope you find this presentation interesting, and please stay in touch and follow me on social media. Thank you.